We're recording.
Okay, it's 6:15. We'll be calling the meeting for the town of Lynnville, Lynnville County Council, April 7th, 2026. To order, we will stand and pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Doris Horn,
Present.
Rachel Fitzer,
Present.
Dave Goldenberg, present. Lori Stokes,
Present.
Ryan Cook, Clint Denton, Michael May, Chris Wisher. Here. This meeting's been called to order. It's at 6:15. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm stepping down as president of the council. So I'll be entertaining any motions for the next president, if I can hear one. Don't be shy. Nobody wants it? I might have to. No one makes any nominations. Okay, so be it. Not that I'm happy about it.
You never are anyway.
Huh?
You never are anyway.
I guess not. No, no one approved me stepping down. I guess they're all energetically behind everything I have to say, how I want to do it.
I have to say.
We didn't say that.
And we'll talk about it. Approval of the minutes, March 17th. Yes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of March 17th, 2026.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Approval of current bills, March 18th, 2026 through April 7th, 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve the current bills for March 18, 2026 through April 7, 2026.
I second that.
Motion's been made, seconded, all approved?
Aye.
Motion passes. Treasury report, general operating, $44,936.66. Motor vehicles, $73,872.72. Lit, $101,859.06. Public safety, $158,434.58. Public improvement projects, $52,907.64. 1882 venue, $926.70. Community centers, $10,508.46. Fire departments, $276,494.10. Park is sitting at $93,271.06. Utilities operating is upside down, is a negative $20,882.40. I guess there'll be some explanation to that as we go through. Opioid settlement, $3,629.20. Tecumseh Trail, $68,862.16. In your binders, you'll see the budget status reports, the 2026 project fund reports, Main Street project and bond requisition reports. There's no substantial changes in those. The Lynnville Park March profit and loss report, we can't get because we haven't had permission on the website yet. So we're still stuck trying to pull that off the websites. Same with the Lynnville Park March General Ledger report. As soon as we get into the websites, we'll transfer the data to us and we'll have a report on that. Lynnville Park, work report submitted. George, was that you? You want to speak towards that? Or just note that it's been submitted? There's the pictures. Our crew is working harder than they've ever worked before, I'm proud to say. If you have any questions, let us know. Brian Cook's not here. He's got all his work reports submitted. And it's got their work orders, purchase orders. It's got copies of who's done what and how they've been repaired and timing. Clint didn't. Not sure if he submitted anything or not. He did not.
Got to me.
No. Michael May, they got, he's not here because they've got training tonight.
Yeah.
So our station's all busy down there. Residential business wastewater adjustment. Got a request for $365.43. Should be adjusted from an underground water line break at 475 West State Road 68. If there's no questions, I will be waiting for the motion.
I make a motion to allow the wastewater adjustment for $365.43 at 475 West State Road 68.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Request to have 3 dead trees removed from leased property at 12651 East 1025 South Dash Lot number 103. Guess those are pictures of it in there. Are those trees dead or just leaning or do we know?
Both.
Both.
Which number is it?
Sour.
Sour. Okay. Okay.
And it's right next to the house, right? So it looks like if they do go down, they go down on the property.
Yeah.
So if everybody's okay with that, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to allow them to remove the dead trees on the leased property at 12651 East 1025 South, lot number 103 Sour.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. There's a request for a new driveway installation at 125 Vine Street. That's the property that just sold, and from what I understand, they also purchased the barn on the corner, so they own now all the way back, which is a good thing. I hear that they're going to put some type of potential business in there, so I'm not sure if the permit that shows residential driveway will work, but just throwing it out there. It looks like Warwick County's looked at it. County engineer, looks like Steve Sherwood's signature signed off. On the back, there's a note saying they looked at the location of the new drive. The new driveway is built to grade. Vine Street culvert will need to be installed. It says spoke with Terra sidewalk or stepping stones from back of the house to the front. So it's just stepping stones, but that has nothing to do with if they need to put a culvert for water or not. And they, someone said that they needed to, so,
What data?
thought I saw some, oh, within the class 2 driveway permit, they've got an asterisk if new pipe is required. And it says no culvert required if drainage made to drain away from roadway. Who's going to figure that out and enforce it? I do not know. That property has had water issues before. I understand that was corrected somewhat, at least, when the state cleared out the front ditches. That's taking the water away. But I don't know how it still runs around back. I haven't really looked at it. So the question is, do we want to approve that? Do we want to approve it with some type of condition that they're gonna have to tell us how they're draining that roadway? Which I would think we might want to do. Or they can put a culvert in and they don't have to tell us anything, get you all the way. But my opinion is I would be hesitant to approve it without knowing how they're going to drain the water away from the road.
Especially since we just redid all those roads over there, and we've had issues over there in that side of town anyway.
Yeah, yes, we
Would you
have.
guys plan on doing a culvert?
You want to come up and, yeah, she's here.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
State-
were
state-
told-
State name.
My name is Terry Hensley. We are purchasing the property. We were told by the Warwick County engineer and also by, Brian and Blake that as long as we kept the driveway below the grade that the road is, then the water would be able to drain out and we would be fine. So that is the plan, to put it in lower than what the road actually is.
They're saying in their opinion, the water, if there's water there, it would roll
Right,
across the
they said
driveway.
at this point, it doesn't look like it needs a culvert, as long as we stay below the grade that the road is already on. Which shouldn't be a problem, because it's pretty,
It's gonna be a gravel drive,
it's going to be, asphalt milling,
asphalt mill.
yes. We'll
It'll
have
be more
a,
compacted then.
yes, it'll be compacted, it will have a rock base, to my understanding, a rock base with asphalt milling over the top, and it'll be compacted.
Will there be a parking lot also added?
Yes, that will be right behind the building. There's really no egress to the front,
Right, yeah.
because of there's a guide wire across there, and a telephone pole,
I used to
and,
own that.
yeah.
I understand.
yeah, there's really
I think
no other
I
way,
owned it too.
well, I'm aware.
We're aware of
I cleaned your
the
house when you owned it, so, you know, I don't,
They
there's
need a-
just,
Do they need a permit for a parking lot, and is it zoned?
The zoning
Have you
is
done
what
the
I
zoning?
was, because it's residential.
it's on special use.
Special use?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What's the special use for?
It
It's,
was.
special use can be used as, Sierra's gonna put a beauty shop in it. Special use, a beauty shop can be special use, we've already looked it up, but special uses can be used in residential areas for little shops to bring commerce into the area.
So special use is already approved?
Yes, yes, it's already been zoned special use.
And I'm on the area planning, I'm not familiar with that being changed, but they might have done it without coming through us.
When was that done? Or is it always?
It's, as far as I know, it's always been
There's a
special use.
special use for beauty
Yeah.
shop,
It
or
just-
home
it just
occupation,
sells
or?
Special
Because
use.
there's like 19 or 20 or more different special uses, and when you get one approved, it's only for whatever you get it approved for, so I just don't know.
She says Clint, the owner that they bought from, or whoever bought it from, did it. so at this point, I would entertain a motion to approve the driveway only,
Subject to being constructed.
subject
Below
to
grade.
being constructed below grade. That the driveway's below the road grade.
Right.
I'll make that into a motion.
I will second that motion.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you're a little bit of the way through it now.
Okay, so go ahead, planning commission, get planned for the parking lot.
Talk to Molly up in Boonville,
Okay.
you know Molly?
Yes.
Yeah, constructed.
She'll help you.
Okay.
You're gonna have to give them the drawing,
Okay,
point where you think the parking's gonna be,
all right,
how many spaces you're planning on.
all right,
They're gonna ask you how many people are going to be using it inside,
okay,
how many customers at a time you might have. You know,
right,
they're gonna go through those states, so
Okay.
try and keep you ahead of them.
all right,
And then if she needs anything, fine, if she says she doesn't need anything, have them just send something to us saying it's all okay.
okay. All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you for developing that area, for helping to develop that area. So I'd like to see something in there. I've been wanting that for a long time. It's kind of cool inside that building too. And the walls, the way you put them
Yes.
up.
Like the rustic look with the rafters too. Yes.
Okay. We got a request, to place a yard barn on leased property at 210 Violet. Consent form, there's a drawing, showing the distance away 2026-1. Purchase of the SCBA and related equipment for Lynnville Park Township Fire Department.
Emailed this out today, apologize for getting to you late, but, it's, in the one I emailed you had the lease purchase agreement and exhibits attached to it, but basically just next step, you at the last meeting I was at, I think, approved moving forward, I don't know if Mike was here, but moving forward with the financing. So now I just need approval of moving forward with the lease purchase with US Bank and authorizing the president, whoever that may be at the time, to sign documents. I'm worried to sign.
At 4.31% interest rate. And we've already talked about.
7 years, 4.31%.
And we talked about that, and we're all in agreement that it's as it goes, so this is just formalization of having that authority.
And then we'll get the little notes put together and get them, so you can sign them and then send them back to the bank.
And I have a motion for approval for resolution 2026-1.
I'll make a motion. I'll second the motion.
Both made it, okay. Made by Doris, seconded by Rachel, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Anything else, Chris, let us know. Approval of ordinance 2026-2, amending ordinance 2026-1 regarding salaries for certain county officials and employees of the town of Lynnville, Indiana. That is
Yeah, it's on the back side. wants to add,
Community center. Rugs.
okay,
It says community center rugs.
I don't think I wanted to add community center of rugs, I thought, or they are servicing our community center now?
Not anymore. At the time,
Okay,
yeah, this was the original. It has changed drastically from this. Everything's
okay,
changed.
all right, okay,
So yes, the rug, but community center doesn't.
okay,
Now they just do the toilet paper.
yeah, okay, that's what I wanted to be clear. I was,
Yeah.
okay.
Is there any other questions? I don't think we've got anything in there to make a motion off of. We just need to let it run. Okay. Emergency text system.
I'm still working on it. I have another Zoom a week from Friday with one more company, and then hopefully I'll have the information compiled.
Okay, that works. Number 7, mowing service, Doris. You want to speak towards that? That's about.
The mowing, so I thought Kayla did that with them.
No, it says mowing service and it says dash Doris, so I figured you
You asked me to put it on there.
don't recall that. Okay, well, that makes that one go away.
I actually have something on that one though.
Oh.
The mowing for here,
Yes.
we don't have the money in the budget for that, because that was what it was, probably what you were asking about. Because it was, we had the 8,000 taken out of our budget from the taxes, and that was the first thing to go. We have 2,000 for the whole year for grounds here. And
Make a
his is
motion.
almost 3,000.
I make a motion that Lori finds $5,000 to put in the budget.
Okay, I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Okay, so we got a budget issue,
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
and I didn't say anything about budget
It's
issues.
just, yeah, and it's just for here and 1882. The rest of them are fine. It's just here in 1882 that we just don't have it.
well, we need to see what we gotta move around.
Yeah, and 1882 may hopefully start paying it themselves, correct?
And,
So what are you going to do for the town hall to raise money?
I'm gonna have, a farmer's market out front.
Okay,
But you guys have to grow all of the fruits and vegetables for me to sell.
put a dunk those things in there, I'll sit in there, let them come through.
We get so much money if we had
I'll do it, I don't
Um,
care. Make the water lukewarm.
And Brian did say that he does not have a problem with having the guys do it here, to help with this. And he said that last year, and then he said it again this year.
Okay, our problem with having the guys do it is, if you recall, they weren't doing it on the weekends or before, and it just looked bad, they weren't keeping up. If they can keep up, then if we want to approach the vendor and see if we can maneuver that a little bit, I would be glad to do that, but first of all, we need to decide, are we going to try to find money for it? Do we rather have our mowing service do it, or do we want to look at our people? to come back?
I'll be honest with you, I've already talked to Brian about this too, is that I have an issue with having our guys do it when our guys are so behind on maintenance everywhere else in town. And, I mean, when I'm telling them to clean ditches out, it's kind of not good. I think there are other things that, maintenance issues they could be working on while our mowing service is taking care of the mowing of these 3 properties.
Very seldom did they ever get it mowed, so it was nice on the weekends. You know, they just didn't do it.
So if I'm hearing you all correctly, you want to leave it as it is, and
Yes.
then we're going to direct the town clerk to try to figure out where there's money, or we're going to have to find some money.
chainsaw and trucks. So,
But it did not hit my head. So,
but anyway,
you know,
no,
we're all doing stuff, but we're gonna leave the mowing service as it is. Lori, we will address it. I'll sit down with you, we'll figure something out, I guess. And maybe you're president. There's a camper RV at 301 Peach Street. That is an issue. You don't supposed to have campers.
Is this the one you, the email said there wasn't one, you thought there was one, and there just wasn't.
There's a pop-up
It's there
camper.
now,
Yes. There's a truck that's sitting there.
are they living in it?
We do not know. They're wanting water hooked up.
He did spend
There
the
is a
night,
camper.
but he did spend the night the other night because the neighbor heard his car early in the morning leave.
So you have to spend some nights, but that's okay. You can spend a night here and there in a camper, but you can't make that a permanent residence. So they're just gonna have to take that camper and move it in and out if he wants to go in there on the weekends. But we've got a couple other issues. One is, the first night he was there, he started a fire, and the fire department had to come and put it out.
got the neighbor's trees on fire,
So,
threatening their house.
so there's a little bit of an issue. There's trash now down, I see over the high bank. So I don't know if that's his trash or that was already there. I don't know. I'm just saying. That could be left over from Ted's. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it was, we have some pictures of it.
And
And then he's moving his truck in and out of a kind of a makeshift driveway that Brian's got an issue with because he says it kind of lines up with the street, First Street. It doesn't line up exactly, but it is in between the stop sign and that. So the question is, can he do that, or does he have to move that driveway entrance to the north of the three-way stop?
Driveways or just?
No, it's just where it was flat, and that's just where they're gonna be.
right, there's not like an actual drive.
And it's in the city limits.
Right.
So the chances are, he can still drive in, but we're not gonna, we probably can't come now, then it makes it a little questionable on who's got the right of ways. But I bet you there's some statutes gonna say he's gonna have to be north of the stop sign for a driveway, and he can put one in there. I don't see that as an issue, but we're gonna have to address it to him.
Maybe a plan commission.
And there you go. So we can tell them that they need to permit a driveway, because they just did this other one, right? There we go. Anybody else have anything else to say about that?
What about the
Because we
water?
really don't know what it's using it for, other than
Right.
playtime.
What about the water?
Water at this point, he can make an application. If he's gonna move his camper in now, he just wants a spigot turned on, he can do that. We will need to send our guys, and it's subject, he's gonna get charged. Our guys are gonna have to go up there and decide if the water line's capable or not. If it's not, then he's gonna have to pay a tap-in fee to bring water onto the ground, just like anybody else would have to.
Okay.
And if that is there and the setter's old and they have to replace the setter, he's gonna have to pay for the new setters, because that does not have, the automatic, reading.
Digital?
Will they have to hook into sewer if he's gonna have water?
No,
Not
If he's in the
necessarily.
city limits?
no, that he does not have to do. He's just saying he's putting the water out there to water his yard. Now, if we find out he's done something else, then that's a different problem.
He's got plumbing or anything like that.
There's no plumbing out there.
Do I
potential areas for our marshal, for our trustees, for just a general meeting room that we have,
Yeah.
we don't have now.
And an park office
Park
eventually as well
office.
too.
Along with whatever else we might decide.
A place
But-
to store records.
That building has become available. We have had it appraised. State law says we can't pay more than half of the two appraisals. Add the two appraisals together, divide it by 2, it comes up with a number. That's the most you can pay for it. They were wanting, well, it doesn't matter what they want. The price would be, I wrote it on that, Chris, what did I put, $210,000. We want to move forward with that. If you do want to move forward with it, I would like an idea of where we're getting the money from, what budget is coming from, what's our plan.
I believe that was the reason we have an executive meeting on Friday to discuss with Ulrich what is in the funds, and also, as I emailed Chris, what some shorthand or financing options are in case that we can't completely cover it out of the funds we currently have.
Okay. So at this time, we're going to table it until we have a further discussion, we get time to look for dollars. But it's out there, if we want to move forward with it, once we get the dollars, we might have to schedule a special meeting to move forward with it before the next meeting, for time. But in the meantime, I would like permission to have our attorney write up the contract as kind of what I suggested to her, and he's got a copy of that, so we don't throw different animals at them, but make it however it needs to be. And that way we can go ahead and get a signature on it pending financing, which we might have to put in there. And that way they know we've got a deal if we can figure out where the money's coming from. And the town does need to find out where the money's coming from, because the town really needs to pick that property up when we got it. In my opinion, but that'd be a little discussion. Anything else on that? Okay. Marshall truck. There's some discussion that's been made, and I just need council approval. The marshal has currently he keeps equipment in that truck that he needs to access rather quickly at times, going from here to there. It's not conducive for him to have to run up to Lynnville to get items out of it, to go back to wherever he might have to be responding to. And we get into particulars or have him come in and explain that to us. And that's okay. It's kind of a catch-22. He needs to be able to access all that. We don't want to necessarily have it sitting in our back parking lot with expensive equipment sitting in it that people can come and take away.
Your pen.
Your pen, you're clicking,
Oh, sorry.
you're clicking. Come on, children. I'm taking this. Hi, guys.
but I'm still trying to work through them.
You could have done it.
I did not.
Chris, sorry, I did.
Okay. I will update those.
Okay.
I will send you all copies again. Please read them this time. And respond,
I did.
okay?
You don't like our response sometimes.
That's true. There are times I don't like your responses. But as I said, I can always be outvoted 2-1, so it doesn't matter. I just do what I think we need to do and get it out there. I will do that in the next few days and get that updated.
Okay.
Chris, have you got anything tonight?
Tell you that we are working on the ban for the sewer. I recently tried to get the docs together on the old existing bonds, which I think Steve, you sent me some stuff, I sent it on to Steve Brock, and he's kind of looked at it, Steve's looking at that, but trying to get that in place, we should have a timeline for you here soon, and to try to get that done this month, or next month. But yeah, we've had calls with bond counsel, your rate consultant, engineer, and myself over the last couple of weeks. We have done a rewrite, a revision to the park leases, and it's a little bit of a mess. So I think we just want to rewrite them. If you're okay with that.
I'm okay with it.
I
I'd like
am.
to see
I
it
mean, we did a red
I'd like to
line,
see
and
it
I
yearly anyway.
can send it out to you, but it looks like
Yeah.
there's more red than there is not red, so we just, I think it's gonna be easier and cleaner. I've had a couple of good conversations with Clint about code enforcement, and I think the way that we were originally gonna work with Mike and myself, we might be able to have him help out on some of that. He's good with that, just he's getting his, like, feet under him on things, and then, you know, 'cause I just need somebody on the ground. I mean, I drove around tonight, I came up early and drove around and looked at some things, but, you know, we send a letter out and then somebody go look and see what's been done or not been done, and give a good description of what we need to tell them to do, and that kind of thing would help. Working, trying to push the west transition, monitoring the tip-top homes, department's issue, we're waiting on the state to get back with us on the 501c3 gaming license, and we have some of the other things on the priority list, working on those too.
When we get our gaming license, that's going to go through Taylor also, correct?
It's Kayla and Rachel, the gaming
Yeah.
license. And we've
And
submitted.
it's got to be the 501c3.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
the
and we've submitted all the paperwork to the state, we're just waiting for approval.
Right. Hopefully another 30
Hopefully it
days.
won't be too long.
Okay, is that it?
That's all I
You're up to
wanted, that's
date?
all I wanted to say, but it's not it.
Now you're starting to sound like that one general and
I
trying to
just
ask
figured I'd give you a little bit of
questions.
a report instead of no report. So it's gonna do something.
Okay, Lori, have you got anything you want to discuss, or you want us just to read those dates?
You can read those dates. I have nothing to say.
Okay. Rachel? You good?
Not really. Or would you get, I'll have Kayla get with you on updating the upcoming events, because you're missing a few, and she did make quite a detailed list of, things we have coming up between the town and the park
Yeah,
and the venue, and so I'll have her reach out to you, so you can get that updated. And otherwise, I don't have anything else.
Doris?
I've got to call in to Ray, well, he's gonna come in, we're gonna discuss the cameras here for the town hall and also for the park. Otherwise,
For updating them or changing them or
changing
adding?
them, and the ones out the park need to be changed, but I want Andy to sit in on that one also. But I'm gonna get with Ray.
Do we know what happened? We understand, I've heard rumors that Mainstream has put internet into the park, or at least down there somewhere. Have we heard anything? Because we're not on their internet right now, correct?
So not all of the valley, only 3 of them were in design. And so he put an order in for engineering of the other 3 roads. He could not explain why they did not include all of the roads. But the additional roads then will have to be, would not be done until the first 3 roads are completed. And I have no idea why they have left this pocket. And like I said, Deer Lane essentially isn't covered at all. We have 2 internet providers literally running right down the road. And no one is servicing the customers, and there is interest.
Have we gotten any permission from either one of them to go down those roads, or are they just out there doing it?
I mean, Spectrum is running along the trail. They have already buried their lines along 68, along the trail by Mead Valley, and he said the 3 roads are in the construction phase.
Yeah. I'm saying for them to come off of that and come into Mead Valley onto our roads and our land,
Right.
do they need to have permission? They can't just go out there.
I don't
And,
know what
so, you know,
communication they've had with Brian. Brian has been handling them being on our property up until this point.
I'm just saying that could be part of the deal, so hey, we don't want you in here until you're ready to do them all. That's a suggestion, and then contact Mainstream again, somebody else, but there's grants out there, these guys are getting paid federal dollars, to be
Exactly.
putting this stuff in. I don't want them to cherry pick what they want, if we can help it.
And I don't know why they left this pocket, if, that pocket is for Main Street to serve, we have a couple areas in the town that Main Street is serving, but then Spectrum has a couple areas within there too. I don't know how this is being designed,
And there's a problem, we don't know. Okay.
so.
How would we go about Attorney Chris, to call Mainstream, Spectrum, anybody else that's a cable provider in for a meeting? So we can figure out what their plans are, or not their plans are, or approve them to do stuff, or not approve them to do stuff. So we can figure out who's doing what.
And when I talked to Spectrum, I did talk to Jeremy with Stone, I believe it was, and he was the one that came to us that night and did discuss. But I don't know who's overseeing Main Street, because one of their engineers was supposed to call me back and that never happened. So I was just kind of like,
And I know I've got some from Smithville, or their name is, they're wanting to come down Main Street now. I just kind of ignored them. I will call them back here shortly, but I don't want them coming back through digging up things when I called them prior to Main Street and told them what we were doing, and they said they had no interest at that time.
Right.
So I have no interest at this time.
We need the
But
right
back
contact
to-
person and get them, if they're gonna use your right of way, they should be asking and getting permission, right?
Yeah, I think so. They're pushing under roads.
You have to be reasonable in your,
We want,
approvals.
we want
Right,
it to be there.
they've got to be in there subject to.
We would like to know where they're going to.
Right.
I just like
Aaron,
covering the whole area.
Aaron would
Did
know.
Brian do locates phone out there?
He did, to run the main line that goes along the trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron would know the right contacts because they do the utility relocation, they all have to communicate with each other. Telecoms are a little bit different, the main ones like Spectrum, maybe Mainstream or one thing, some of them, they just come rolling through.
Would council like me to get with Aaron to get the contacts of the cable companies and see if we can schedule a meeting with all of them at the same time? And they can throw punches at each other if they have to.
Yeah.
That way we can get answers and not have to keep going back and forth. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Would council like me to do that?
Sure.
Okay, so be it. Anything else, Doris?
No,
buoys.
Yes, Andy and I talked about that.
I will see if I still have that number. I should have it, but I sent it to him,
Okay.
because that needs to be followed up on too.
And the boat ramp needs to be followed up on.
Yes, the cleaning
And
of the
maintenance.
maintenance.
If he feels that we need to do it, or do we need to get some other opinions on that?
There was a lady that come in last week when I was there, and she was kayaking, her and her granddaughter for the first time, and she brought up about, it's too bad that we don't have buoys sitting out, because they're not from around here, and you could get lost in those channels and stuff, and does make sense, you know.
Well, when we priced them, David, actually, this is where you got on the board, because I felt like we needed them too, and they needed to be numbered, and they needed to be on a map.
Yes.
For the people that are renting, coming into kayak that aren't from here, you can get very turned around, and we have had to have the fire department go out and get someone out of the lake after it got dark one time, because they couldn't find their way back in.
Right.
So, it was the price of the buoys that we shied away from, because they were over $200 a piece. But I feel like if we're not going to do that, then we need to put some kind of marking system on the ground, and whether it's labeled with numbers or letters, and supplied to a map. And the kayaks we rent need to have that laminated map adhered to it, so that they know where they are at in the lake.
Can that be done similar to the disc golf, where we go up and they snap that Q code that pulls up the chart on how they go?
And
Maybe that can, geosite probably won't reach through the park to pick them up.
but
Geo-tracking.
definitely attach it to the website, and then it would be on there.
So you all want that added to the list of priorities to look at, correct?
Right.
Okay, I can do that. Anything else, Doris?
Yes, Chris, have you had a chance to look at the leases, contracts that, for the addresses and stuff that we're gonna be putting out? And we talked about you guys going over and just kind of the leases, you know, and kind of redoing them and.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, we did, and we revised them, Michael worked on it with me, and it's enough of a change that we think we just wanna rewrite them, so we can come up with a form, probably cleaner and easier, and maybe work through the renewal, make the renewals a little easier and things like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Whenever I was going out to the park the other week, it just so happens that one of the ambulances was going out on Old Dam Road. And I didn't realize it, of course, I pulled over to the side there, but it really dawned on me there that we've got to really look at putting the addresses on their mailboxes or wherever, because, you know, someone had a heart attack out there and.
Yeah, you passed that, I got your list for you.
We're in the midst, we've passed that to order those signs.
Yeah.
She's got the list.
I got
that's
the
correct.
list for you, it's on my
So
desk.
that's in progress.
Okay.
Now, how we're gonna mail them, that's a question. You know, it's our property. We probably have to go out there and put poles in, mail them somewhere.
Well, if they've got, I was gonna go look to see how many people had mailboxes. A lot of them's got the mailboxes with the posts and stuff they could put along the side there, but that really has to be a top priority this next year.
They should be coming in, have they been ordered?
No, I just got the list together, yeah, I did the list with each address
I
and
don't
then,
think we know exactly how many to order yet, because we
Yeah.
haven't went through the actual properties to see who has them and who doesn't.
yeah, cause some people already have them.
Okay. Anything else, Doris?
I think that's all for right now.
Okay. I've got 3 purchase order forms that I received today that we need to figure out what to do with them. One is for Walmart for Easter breakfast, $471.92, of which taxes were charged against the credit card of $41.35. The clerk says she's not allowed to pay taxes, so does that individual have to pay that? It's a saying that blah, 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 and the state would let you pay it.
So did we not place the Walmart order?
It's not the Walmart order that has the taxes, it's one of the other ones.
It was the Sam's?
Yeah, no, it was Schnucks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and yes, Lori, don't worry, I will pay my 79 cents in tax at Schnucks. I will, and I did because I knew I was not tax exempt at Schnucks.
Yeah.
I have 79 cents in
There's,
taxes.
yeah, I got all of the taxes taken off, all of the, or Megan also, on all of the other ones, it's just these three, they wouldn't do it.
So, it's basically Sam's then?
It's just the one that's written off to the side. Yeah, it's Schnucks.
No, Schnucks is 79 cents.
Yeah, that's the only one on that one.
Oh, okay.
There's, the other three are sitting right there.
Oh, you're not all on one.
No,
Okay.
no, there's three different bills. One of them's from Harbor Freight,
Oh, this is Brian.
Harbor Freight, it's for
Harbor
Brian.
Freight,
Get taxed.
And then,
$1.82.
yeah, it's not much, it's just, I'm tired of taking it out of my account to pay
I'll
it.
pay 'em. Don't worry about it.
Well, we're gonna check legal and see. I think there's a mechanism out there that we can pay them anyway. So let's check that, and that means, otherwise, we'll come back to them. You need to make payments here pretty soon.
Yeah, I just, on those, I just need signatures to tell you guys that it's happening, that's what I want. That's all I want, is,
Okay,
so
so
you guys
you're
know.
gonna pay,
Yeah.
the tax, and then we'll worry about it
Yes,
somewhere.
yes, I just want you guys
Everybody
to,
aware of that?
So I understand
aware of
those
it.
are town credit cards, or are they
Yes.
reimbursements?
no, they're town credit cards.
Most part, they're town credit cards. One of them was a personal purchase on their credit card.
No, they're all town credit
No.
cards.
I had,
Harbor
when I went to
Freight,
Schnucks,
I was looking at Harbor Freight, it says on his CC.
so,
Is Harbor Freight on his CC, is that on his credit card, or is that?
It's a
is
town
that
credit
town
card.
credit card?
It's a
Okay.
town credit card.
Okay, so after the meeting, we'll all sign off on that.
but, I mean, we do need to figure out what to do, because you're occasionally you are gonna purchase from a place where you don't have a tax. I mean, I wasn't going